Good morning, students. Today we are going to see in History Unit 2 Art and Architecture of Tamil Nadu. Let us see the introduction part. Dravidian architecture is of indigenous origin. So indigenous is nothing but it is a native origin. So Dravidian is the native origin and where the architecture of Tamil Nadu has been created. It advanced, so that Dravidian architecture has been advanced by a process of evolution changes. The earliest example of Tamil Dravidian, so the earliest example of the Tamil Dravidian architecture has been found in the rock cut shrines at Mahabalipuram. So now it is present in the Mahabalipuram rock cut shrines, and that were the examples of the 7th century Tamil Dravidian architecture. In Tamil Nadu, the evolution of temple architecture took place in 5 stages. So, it has taken changes in 5 stages. The Pallava epoch, the early Chola epoch that took place between 850 AD to 1100, later Chola epoch that took place between AD 1100 to 1350, Vijayanagar Nayak epoch that took place between AD 1350 to 1600, and modern epoch after AD 1600. Next we are going to see about Pallava epoch. So epoch is nothing but Sagaptam or era. ஒரு காலகட்டத்திலிருந்து இன்னொரு காலகட்டத்துக்கு we are going to move. So the Pallava epoch witnessed a transition. So the Pallava period showed a transition from rock cut to freestanding temple. Rock cut temples were initially built by carving a rock to the required design. So how was the rock cut temple design? Means a small size of rock has been cut and it was built into a temple. So the required size of the rock has been cut and it has been built to a temple. The Pallava king Mahendravarma was a pioneer in rock cut architecture. So the Pallava king Mahendravarma was a pioneer in rock cut architecture. Mandagaputtu temple was the first rock cut temple built by him. The shore temple at Mahabalipuram, also called the Seven Pagodas, was built by the Pallava king Narasimha Varma II. So the seven shore temple at Mahabalipuram, also called Seven Pagodas, was built by Pallava king Narasimha Varma II, and it is the oldest structural temple in South India. Narasimhavarman II, also known as Rajasimha, built the Kanji Kailasanatha temple. So Narasimhavarman II also built the Kanchi Kailasanatha temple. The Vaikunta Perumal temple at Kanjipuram, was built by Nandivarman II. The Tamil Dravidian tradition is exemplified. So exemplified is nothing represented by rock cut monuments such as Pancha Pandava Rathas. So the Tamil Dravidian tradition is represented by rock cut monument known as Pancha Pandava Rathas, namely Draupadi Ratha, Dharmaraja Ratha, Bhima Ratha, Arjuna Ratha and Nakula Sahadeva Ratha. So, 5 Rathas are nothing but Draupadi Ratha, Dharmaraja Ratha, Bhima Ratha, Arjuna Ratha and Nakula Sahadeva Rathas. We are going to see Pandya temples in the Pallava epoch. So, early Pandya were the contemporaries of the Pallava. Unlike the Pallavas, Pandya installed deities in the sanctums in their cave temple. So sanctum is nothing but Karuvarai. Pandyas installed deities in the sanctum in the cave temple. More than 50 cave temples have been found in different parts of the Pandyan Empire. So they were the contemporary of Pallavas. They built a sanctum in their cave temple. More than 50 cave temples have been found in different parts of the Pandyan Empire. The most important of them are found in Malayari-Kurichi, Aanaimalai, Tirupparamkundram and Tiruchirappalli. These caves were dedicated to Shiva, Vishnu and Brahma. Rock-cut and structural temples are significant part of the Pandyan architecture. So, the Pandyan architecture has been signified by their rock-cut and structural temple. The illustrious example for rock-cut style is unfinished Kalugumalai Vettuvan Koil temple. So the most illustrious example of the rock-cut temple of the Pandya period was unfinished Kalugumalai Vettuvan Koil temple. The Meenakshi Amman temple in Madurai and Nellayappar temple in Tirunelveli district represent examples of Pandyan architectural style. The wall of the caves are decorated with bas relief of the gods. So the walls that are of the caves are decorated with bas relief of the god and goddess. So the caves has been decorated with the faces of god and goddess. In case of structural temple, the walls of the sanctums are free. So sanctums is nothing but Karuvarai are free from image decoration. So in cases of structural temple, the walls will be free from images. Instead, the superstructures and the pillars have the sculptures. So instead, in the structural temple, the pillars will be designed with god and goddess. The sculptures look majestic, having elaborate shoulders. So the sculptures will look majestic, having elaborate shoulders, slim body, beautiful ornament and eye crowns. It has been shown in the picture. Vettuvan Koil temple sculptures. So the structural temple will have the sculptures depicted in the wall and pillars, and that sculptures will be looking majestic, the elaborated shoulders and beautiful body and beautiful ornaments. Tirupparamkundram, Aanaimalai and Kalugumalai have the bas relief of many deities. Many early Pandya images unearthed from Madurai and its surrounding areas. So many of the Pandya images that has been found as now present in areas like Thirumalai Nayakar Museum at Madurai. Paintings. Caves at Sittanavasal, that is 15 kilometers away from Pudukkottai. So the Sittanavasal is located 15 kilometers away from Pudukkottai and at Tirumalapuram in Sankaran Kovil Taluk, Tirunelveli district have outstanding early Pandya paintings. So the Sittanavasal represent the early outstanding paintings of Pandya. Sittanavasal was a residential cave of the Jain monks. So it was a residential cave of the Jain monk. They painted the wall with fresco paintings. So they painted the wall with fresco painting. Unfortunately, we have lost many of those paintings. Among the surviving one, the lotus pond is notable for its excellent execution of colors and expositions of the scene. The Sittanavasal painting have similarities with the Ajanta paintings. The Sittanavasal paintings will have the similarities of the Ajanta painting. Tirumalapuram, from where we get early Pandya paintings, are in a damaged condition. So the paintings of Pandya at Tirumalapuram is in a damaged condition. Chola epoch. The Cholas came to limelight in AD 850 and that was named under Vijayalaya Chola and continued to govern the region for more than 400 years. The early Chola epoch has been found at temples at Dadapuram near Dindivanam in Tamil Nadu is noteworthy. The early Chola architecture followed the style of Sembiyan Mahadevi. So they followed the style of Sembiyan Mahadevi. temples with increased number of Devakoshta, that is knights. Knights is nothing but where n number of statues or figures can be placed in a particular place can be classified as belonging to the Sembian style. So the early Chola architecture followed the style of Sembian Mahadevi, and the temples with increased number of statues to keep a place for particular statues in separate places. And the most notable example is nothing but Tirupurambiyam is an illustrious example. Tirupurambiyam is an illustrious example of early temple that was refashioned in the days of Sembian Mahadevi, has been shown in the figure. Later Chola epoch. The maturity attained by Chola architecture is reflected in the two magnificent temples of Tanjavur and Gangaikonda Cholapuram. The magnificent Tanjavur big temple that was dedicated to Shiva were completed around AD 1009 is a fitting memorial to the material achievement of the time of Rajaraja. So the later Chola period architecture has been reflected in the two temples of Tanjavur and Gangaikonda Cholapuram. Tanjavur big temple. It is one of the huge temple complex, and the 216 feet Vimana was built by the man, and it is one of the tallest shikaras of the world. Shikara is nothing but Koburam of the world. Due to its massive height, the shikara is called the Dakshina Meru. So due to its height, 216 feet height, it is called the Dakshina Meru. The huge bull statue that is called Nandi measures about 16 feet long and 13 feet height, and it is carved out of a single rock. So the Nandi temple that is located in Brihadishwara temple at Tanjavur has been built with carved out of a single rock, and the height is nothing but 13 feet and 13 feet height and 16 feet long. Gangaikonda Cholapuram. Gangaikonda Cholapuram served as the Chola capital for about 250 years. So it served as a capital for about 250 years, Gangaikonda Cholapuram. Until the decline of the Chola and the rise of Pandya, the Brihadishwara temple of Gangaikonda Cholapuram built by Rajendra Chola. So the Gangaikonda Cholapuram Brihadishwara temple of Gangaikonda Cholapuram was built by Rajendra Chola is undoubtedly a worth of success to the Brihadishwara temple of Tanjavur. Dharasuram. Dharasuram near Kumbakonam is a later Chola period temple that is rich in architectural splendor, and it was dedicated to Airavadeshwara, Shiva as a god of Lord Indira's elephant. So that temple has been dedicated to God Shiva, who has been sitting on the Lord Indira's elephant. Rajaraja too constructed this temple. So Airavadeshwara temple at Dharasuram was constructed by Rajaraja II. This temple is also another landmark of the Chola architecture. The Mahamandapam is an elaborate structure. The Mahamandapam is an elaborate structure. Later Pandya. The contribution of later Pandya to South India art was significant. Now it can be seen at the temples present at Pillayarpatti near Karaikudi in Tamil Nadu. So the later Pandya epic or cave temples are now present at Pillayarpatti near Karaikudi in Tamil Nadu, that is belonged to the 13th century. This temple is important both for its sculptures and its for an inscription. So for its sculptures and for its inscription, it has been a notable one. A beautiful Ganesha is carved facing the entrance. The importance of the figure referred to Desi Vinayaka in the cave inscription is that are the two arms with the trunk turning to the right. So its two arms with the trunk are turning towards the right. So the most notable art and architecture of the later Chola Pandya has now been presented in Pillayarpatti near Karaikudi, Tamil Nadu. For its significant importance is nothing but the Desi Vinayaka cave inscription is that were the two arms of the Ganesha with the trunk turning towards the right. Art and architecture of Vijayanagar epoch. During the Vijayanagar epoch, a new form of construction emerged, and that is nothing but mandapam, to where the gods are carried out every year. These mandapam attract the attention for its monolithic pillar. On these pillars, we can see the sculptures of horses, lion, and the god. The Kalyana Mandapam at Kanjipuram Varadaraja Perumal temple and at Velur Jalagandeshwara temple are most notable examples. The main feature of the Vijayanagar and Nayak architecture are decorated mandapam, ornamental pillar, life-size images, kopuram, prakaras. Gateway to the temple are constructed. To approach the temple, gateways are constructed from four directions with massive gopuram. The practice of fitting the niches with sculptures continued during the Nayak period also. Azhagiyar Nambi temple at Tirukurankudi, Tirunelveli district, and Gopalakrishna temple in Ranganatha complex at Srirangam. The southern festival mandam of Adinatha temple at Alvar Tirunagari and the pork of Nellayappar temple at Tirunelveli are other notable examples of the architecture of Vijayanagar epoch. Varadaraja Perumal temple at Kanjipuram, Kudalazhagar temple at Madurai, and the temple of Srivilliputturu, Thiruvellarai, Azhagar Kovil, Thiruvannamalai, and Srirangam. The painting mostly have the stories from the Ramayana palaces, and the scenes and the mythological stories. Modern period. After AD 1600, the Sedupati as the feudatories of Madurai Nayak ruled from Ramanathapuram and contributed to the Ramanatha Swami temple architecture. So the Madurai Nayak ruled Ramanathapuram and they contributed to the Ramanatha Swami temple architecture. In the temple of Rameshwaram, the predominance was the corridor that is striking. It is claimed that this temple has the longest set of corridor in the world. So the Ramanathapuram temple has the longest corridor in the world. The temple has 3 sets of corridor. The outside of the temple corridor has a height of almost 7 meter and stretches for about 120 meter both in the eastern and western direction. The innermost set of corridor is the oldest of the 3. Summary: the Pallava period featured sculptural rock. The early Chola period marked by grand Vimana. The later Chola period was known for beautiful Gopuram. The Vijayanagar period unique feature was Mandapam, and the modern period were the corridor. This shows about how the art and architecture has created many changes in the period of so many evolutions.